I'm so happy you finally decided to give board gaming a shot. I know it hasn't been easy to live with me the last few years, what with the games taking up all the space in the apartment and me constantly going out for game nights, and I promise you won't regret giving gaming a shot. Right, so Suburbia, it's basically SimCity. We're gonna be building suburbs of a large city, and we're each building our own suburb. Right. I don't know what I was thinking. Hi Rhiannon, for future reference, I would not recommend trying to play Suburbia with your dog, with candles lit. No, it's fine. Ichi's totally fine. She's fantastic. Nothing bad happened to Ichi, I promise. I promise! But I used Ichi to help highlight a point that not all of us have built-in gaming partners in our homes. Some of us have to look outside of our homes for gaming partners, and sometimes we can't find people that are willing to play games with us, which is really tragic, actually. But there is a solution for us. There are solo games that can be played. Sometimes this means there's solo rules for a game, or sometimes this means that it's a game that's designed to be played by one player and only one player. This list is by no means extensible of all the solo games out there, and there are definitely a lot more out there than what I have even played. So don't take it to be the end all be all. But this is just a list of what I happen to like and enjoy as a solo player when I just need to play with myself. That sounded wrong. While I wouldn't recommend playing Suburbia with your dog, there are actually standalone rules in the game where you can play Suburbia, which is a fantastic game, by yourself. It's actually, you're not technically playing, but you're technically playing by yourself. But you're supposedly not playing by yourself because you're playing with an AI component called Dale, who is a nice, friendly guy who doesn't mind if you go first. I know there are a lot of rule modifications for co-op games so that you can play them by yourself, but one of the co-op games that comes with rules for single players and that I actually really like is Ghost Stories. I like this game because it's really challenging. I've never actually beaten Ghost Stories yet, no matter how many players I have helping me. I just always get completely destroyed. It's a very difficult co-op. It's by my favorite designer, Antoine Baza, whose name I probably mispronounce, but I mispronounce everything, so who cares at this point? So, in the single player version, the rules are basically the same as the co-op. It's just that you are in control of everybody instead of just yourself. The next game is actually a really popular and well-known single-player game, and that would be Omnirum. The art is a little different, and it seems a little, you know, simple and boring, but it's actually got a lot of variety going on, and it comes with some built-in expansions that can be a lot of fun. And Z-Man also recently came out with an expansion / new standalone game in the same world called Urban I can't pronounce anything, but I actually seem to like this game more, and I don't know if it's because I've played Omnirum so many times or what, but it's kind of a similar thing where you can play by yourself or you can play with somebody else. Both these games are great options, and they're relatively cheap, honestly, in the game scale, and they're easy to learn, easy to set up, and they're difficult to play, which is fun, but they're not too difficult that you'll get frustrated and quit and put it in timeout like Ghost Stories, because that game is in timeout and it's not allowed to come out until it decides it wants to let me win. Last but not least was, of course, Dungeon Roll. Dungeon Roll just came out. It's designed by Chris Darden and put out by Tasty Mental Games. And I just love look at the box! The box, little treasure chest, it's so cute! Dungeon Roll is a dungeon questing game for 1 to 4 players, but honestly I kind of prefer it for 1 to 2 players. 2 players more than 1 player, because in a 2-player game you can kind of like role play and DM off each other and get some competition, and it's a lot of fun. And I think we should actually play Dungeon Roll together, Rhiannon, over the internet. What do you think? I challenge you. But I thought it would be more interesting to talk about what you guys like to play for solo games. So I asked on Twitter what people like to play for solo games, and I got an amazing response from a lot of people. A lot of people have been mentioning Friday, which did not realize. Like, you guys, the internet teaches me so many things about games, and oh, I love you guys. So yeah, I thought solo games was kind of an appropriate topic to cover for the month of February, which, you know, there's that date approaching. About dates or something, and playing games with people, and, well, just doing things romantically. And what's more romantic than lighting some candles and playing with yourself? Okay, I'm done. Yep.